What it do, YouTube? It's your boy Connor back with Muscle Addiction, man. If you're new to the channel, you don't know it's a vibe, make sure you stop this video right now, like, comment, and subscribe, cause we're going up all 2025, and you know it's a vibe, and I done repeated that like once or twice. Boy, if you don't, you know what I'm saying, but we back. God dang me, I can't rap like that, you know what I'm saying, but I would lay down a hot 16 for y'all, but we ain't gonna do that, you know what I'm saying, but y'all gonna people pull up. We back out here with the Tahoe, man. Back out here with the Tahoe. Like I said, I done went out here today, had a couple of wires that I needed to extend. This one being one of them, my AC. On my AC wires, I went and found another plug and just extended it out. And I did that the same with, there's another plug in here that I did the same with. Oh, this one right here. I also go to the AC. This one's like really tight, close up to this computer, but it's fine right here. But I extended that one out. But basically an update on where I'm at and what I ended up getting done yesterday, and what I am planning to do today. Ah, dang, bro. Doggone horse over there just getting on my nerves, man. Suck over there just bumping into everything. But anyway, like I said, this is where we left off. Like I said, I ended up finding a few more wires that went together, if I'm not mistaken. So no, y'all probably gonna want to know what every single one of these are. Guess I could take the time out. The ones that I am using, HVAC recirculation door control. I hope that's right, because this one right here, it says HVAC recirculation or fan control. So I'm hoping that is, you know, the one that goes with that. But if not, we'll have an issue with the HVAC recirculation not working. But I got my fuel pump relay control wire right here. Serial data, MIL should be next to it. Yeah, MIL. Got a TK's high-low switch, and all these that I'm showing y'all right here, they have a corresponding wire on the LS that's gonna have the same exact name. So you know, it's gonna make it a whole lot easier, whatever. These two speed sensor wires from the OBS, I ended up combining. It's a green and a green with white stripe. I combined those together and put those into one. Hopefully I did that right, because if I read correctly, the OBS has two speed sensor wires and the LS only has one. So that's what that is right there. I mean, for the most part, I mean, this is gonna be self-explanatory. Like I said, as long as y'all do y'all's pin removal correctly, y'all gonna have the more or less same amount of wires that I have, depending on if y'all gonna keep emissions or AC stuff like that. But I'm not gonna keep emissions or nothing like that, so none of that is gonna stay. But yeah, I got my 12-volt ignition feed going to, I wouldn't even lie to y'all if it was good, best benefit for me or whatever, but this is an ignition feed. I said that I was going to use the one from that coil back there that I extended, but I ran into a post yesterday that said that the one that's going to the coil isn't fused. So it's two pink wires that's in your OBS harness that are, if I'm not mistaken, fused or whatever. So I ended up hooking this. I ended up having two pink wires that I set aside just in case. And here go another one, ignition feed. So should be good there. Like I said, after I get through messing with this stuff, what I'm gonna show y'all after I get through messing with this, I already took out one of these that I'm gonna have to splice right here. I already took this out, so I'm not 1000% sure how I'm going to integrate that wire in there, just because it's just really weird. Like, I don't want to put no crimp connector in there to splice it, because they usually damage your wires, you know, or it might not make a good connection. So I think what I'm gonna do, just for temporarily, I'm gonna strip down, you know, the wires pretty good, and I'm gonna wrap it around this part right here, and then just stick it up in there so that way that they're away from all the rest of the heights or whatever. But I'm gonna do that to this one in the middle, this one right here, and then this one on the end. So yeah, man, what I was gonna show y'all though is everything that I told y'all with them fuel lines that I was gonna do. Scrap that. That's not gonna work, just because I got this Corvette fuel filter and all of this bulk right here. There's absolutely no way that that's going to fit right there. I've already tried it, so that's not going to work. So what I'm going to do is take this one supply line, and I'm going to run it all the way down here to this Corvette filter right here. So I'm gonna run it all the way down here, and then from here I'm gonna go all the way back to the tank and just return at the top. This kit came with just like a little adapter or whatever, and it just screws right in there to an AN fitting. So I'm just gonna make a small PTFE hose, or whatever that hose is, the braided line that goes from there to the return. So I'm not gonna use this OBS supply line. I'm pretty much gonna do away with that, and I'm gonna run a new braided line all the way to the back. Y'all can see that, but all the way to the back. And like I said, those, and I know y'all probably thinking like, dang, what about those lines that you made yesterday that you showed us, Connor? What about those lines? Well, those are not gonna be wasted. So this is my fuel tank right here. I got the fuel pump in there and everything. So these two lines are going to be really perfect for what I need. The other one that I got, it's already down there right here. So what I did with this, y'all don't do this because I don't know if this is going to work. So y'all going to learn from me if that works or not. So what I just basically got this right here, and that's going to connect to this one right here. So, and then this one's gonna connect to the supply that I'm gonna extend all the way from the front. So that's what I'm about to do now. I'm about to go ahead and start working with that. I already got this one side completed, and it should be enough to go to the back. So I'm gonna hook this to the back of the intake and then run this down, cut it to where the Corvette fuel filter's at, and then finish running the rest of it back to the tank, and then we'll be done with the fuel system. I can't wait, y'all. So I'm gonna tap in with y'all here in a second. What it do, gang? It's your boy back. Tap it in with y'all, man. I'm having an issue right now. I keep on jumping from thing to thing, but that's the way that I like to work. You know what I'm saying? I like doing multiple things at multiple times. You know what I'm saying? But I finally got my fuel lines done. For the most part, I'm all done with my fuel lines. This is how I did it here. Going off this little quick connect thing that just screw onto the rail right here, and then I put an AN down there going down, one single AN. Yeah, I'm proud of myself. I did some fuel lines for the first time, but here it is right there. It's going up right here into the Corvette. Well, actually this one up top is the return from the factory or whatever, but I just looped it around to this Corvette filter right here. So it's going from the top down to the top of that one right there, you know. And then like I said, that's my feed coming from right there, and then from my feed back, I pretty much just ran a straight all the way down to the back. And y'all see where it was two, I dropped down back there or whatever. But yeah, that's how I did my fuel lines. I copied this off of somebody. I don't know the guy's name, but if I happen to remember it, I put that down in there or whatever. But I just slid it into the factory thing where the factory fuel filter was. It's the same diameter and everything, so it's pretty secure for the most part right now. I might put a couple zip ties on the frame to it to make sure it don't move, but everything looked pretty good. Y'all see right there, I almost made it too short. That's why I was gonna cut it at, but like I said, I needed it down here, further down here or whatever, so I can get some space from that return line so I could loop this around. But yeah, man, that's how I did the fuel lines. Like I said, there goes the old lines that I had went out of my way to blow out and then reroute out from under the truck, and then I had put my quick connects on the end. As y'all see, I had them coming out the back right there, so I scrapped that and I just did away with those two for that one. And like I said, here's what it's looking like back here. So these just these little quick connects, these right here are like the best thing since sliced bread or whatever. These make it so much easier to convert those. But yeah, all I gotta do now from there is connect this little vent, whatever this is. I don't know what that is. I could probably let it a cap for now. But yeah, it's coming back right here. Like I said, these two lines, they're just gonna connect to those right there. Yeah, man, like I say, this right here was the old supply line. I didn't feel like going through and unbolting all them 2 or 3 spots down there along the frame to take that off, so I may just cut that and leave that right there for now until I want to pretty that up. But yeah, man, everything looking good. Like I say, I got my hose right here. I think this should be the correct length and everything. Got my straps in the front. I see this ground wire up there. That's the little ground wire for this right here. But yeah, man, y'all check this out. Yeah, I forgot to show y'all. I'm gonna go ahead and put this in this video, but that definitely confirms it right there. But man, y'all ain't gonna be able to see it. Y'all ain't gonna be able to see it. Y'all just ain't. But it's a D right there, and it says Dallas right here, DALLAS, and then right below it right here it says sanitation. Y'all, this mug used to belong to the city of Dallas, y'all. This used to be a city truck. This used to be a work truck for the city of Dallas, man. This used to belong to the sanitation, a little crew or department, whatever it may be, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, the guy I ended up inboxing that used to own this truck, he told me that he had bought it from an auction and it belonged to the city of Dallas. But you know, his English was kind of broken and I didn't know if he actually knew what he was talking about. But yeah, it definitely makes sense. As y'all can see right here, it says DallasCityHall.com. Yeah, man, this is crazy. It's crazy, man. So just slowly unraveling history about this truck. You know, I feel like that's pretty cool right there. I was like finding out, you know, like these, like vehicles always got a story. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, I'm real weird like that. You know, I really believe that, you know, vehicles have stories and stuff like that and things of that nature. Yeah. So yeah, like I said, this is where we at right now. We are trucking right along. I kind of straightened up a couple of things up under there, away from the headers, my S terminal, and I think I'm gonna go ahead and take off the S terminal for the LS harness, because I don't think I'm gonna need that, because it's not hooked up to anything, because this is coming from the PCM right here, so I don't even think I'm gonna need that. So like I said, what I just got through doing was putting these key hots right here, and I went up under this underside and I just tapped into these 3 right here. Y'all find the best way that y'all know to incorporate these wires in here, but I did the best way that I feel like I could, and it should have a decent connection, you know. So that's how I did that. Like I said, it's going to the 2020-10, and you know, I got these are all 3 of these right here, kind of tucked in the back here. So I just routed them back through there, kind of hide them out the way for now. So I got those all hooked up. I think I got this left to do right here, my key hot. So after I get through doing this here, connecting that there, after I put the battery on and stuff, should be looking good. So like I say, right now we're gonna wrap it up for just this little clip, this part right here. So I'm gonna tap in with y'all here in a minute. Yes, sir. What it do, y'all? It's your boy back, man. Tapping back in. I don't think I did what I was supposed to do, or showed y'all what I was going to do, or whatever. But basically, like I said, I showed y'all we did the field lines. I gotta put this back up here along the frame. I made these lines just a tad long, but it shouldn't be an issue. So it'd be all right. Be all right. So, doggone me, we gon' show you how what we got with this. Ended up getting a glove box. It's not tan, but I'll probably end up painting it later on or something like that. You know, but the interior is coming together. I still gotta fix my linkage and get my neutral safety switch wires put in, because you gotta have a heat gun to do that or whatever and stuff. So I hope that's the reason why this truck ain't starting. But I got the fuel tank up. I don't have them connected or whatever like this. Having an issue with this idiot that cut this fuel tank out or whatever. You know, they left me with nothing. So I'm trying to see about extracting this long bolt in there or whatever. This is very, very fun. It's taking up all my time. So thought I was gonna be able to hear something today, or drive it, whatever, but that's not gonna happen. So, like I say, I don't even know what I'm about to do now. Like I said, it's already starting to get dark. It would probably be a whole lot more light outside if it wasn't overcast and stuff, but I guess the world is sad and it's gloomy. But yeah, man, we got everything pretty much all buttoned up. Every sensor that I can think of is plugged up and stuff. So I was over here messing with these cables and stuff right here. The doggone factory stuff. I mean, I'm not 1,000% sure what's going on, but whenever I was going and messing with this here and trying to see if the starter would even turn, or I don't know, it's just like my connections ain't good, or I got some stuff grounding out. But there's no way that can even be, because I mean, I made sure that I did all this correct as far as, just this is simply the power wire to the fuse box for the OBS. I mean, this is literally all it should be. It's the only power wire. So whenever I go to touch it to this battery, I mean, I'm not sure if the starter's trying to engage right off the rip. I'm not 1,000% sure what's going on, but whenever I plug this up, my thing starts saying that it's short circuiting. So, or it's a short circuit somewhere. So I'm not sure what's going on, but I really want to try to hook up the battery to it and see what happens. But I don't know if I don't feel like I'm all the way there. So we'll see what's up. And I'll tap in with y'all once I figure out what we're gonna do. But if I don't have nothing else for y'all, this will probably be it. I might show y'all what the problems I'm having, so that way y'all see. But meantime, between time, that's gonna be it. Like I said, that's me installing them field lines and stuff like that. So y'all got to see that, see how I ran everything. So brand, they had pretty much everything in here. I also use these right here, but they got so many adapters and everything that just came in this kit right here. I highly suggest y'all go with this Briefiter. I don't know what y'all call it, but evil energy with the smaller fittings. Like I used a little bit of this. The only thing I used this little bit for was for that little bit of return that's up at the back of the fuel tank for those lines that I made. So yeah, man, like I said, that's everything. I'll let y'all know what happens. I feel like this thing is already ready to fire. Like, there's no reason why this shouldn't even bust off right now. But I gotta finish getting all my neutral safety stuff together and stuff. So we'll tap in with y'all if we do make that happen. But till then, y'all make sure y'all like, share, comment, subscribe. Browse the channel. We're going up all the rest of the year. What it do, YouTube? It's your boy, kinda checking back in with y'all, man. Y'all, I'm just letting y'all know first and foremost that I'm sorry. It's early in the morning, but your boy been going through some trials and tribulations with this swap. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what's been going on. There's a lot of wind right now, so I hope y'all can hear me. But yeah, man, the swap been giving me the blues, bro, for real, man. But I guess should get y'all updated with the stuff. I know y'all tired of looking at the same thing, but check it out, y'all. I've ended up, oh snap, ended up swapping the wheels over like I've been wanting to. Y'all check it out, man. Check it out, bro. That mud hard, ain't it?
That motherfucker looks good.
That mud hard, ain't it?
Hell yeah.
Look how that mud is way more flusher against the thing. But yep, man. Yeah, we locked up, y'all. We looking like we ready to go and stuff. You know what I'm saying? We got pretty much everything. I got to reroute this on the other side because that's where I'm gonna have my intake. I thought it was gonna go on this side, but I'm gonna have it over here and see if I can reuse this reservoir right here. Seems like it's in a pretty decent spot. I might be able to fit it right here. I'm hoping, so that way the hoses will still reach. So I mean, I'm thinking that may work. I'm hoping it'll work. Like I said, it'll look pretty bulky, but if I can manage to get that in there, I'm gonna put that right there. Hopefully, I'm not 1,000% sure. I mean, I know that ain't gonna work because I think you gotta have, I don't know what kind of system, but I don't see nobody using this, so I'm not using that. So anyway, man, with this wiring is what I'm letting y'all know about. I ended up finding an issue finally, y'all. Like, let me show y'all what it do. Hook me up. Hold on real quick. Okay, so I got all my power all mocked up. So what the issue I was having was I wasn't having no my P wasn't popping up and stuff for my range indicator and all that stuff, and I couldn't figure out why, you know, it wasn't coming on and stuff. So I showed y'all I double checked all my wiring back there. But anyway, for some reason, I don't know, it's going through all the LS PCM, you know, as it should, but I'm not getting any power from my ignition in the truck. So I don't know what's up with that, but I am going to show y'all that I got this mocked up and ready to go. It should, oh no, just, all right, y'all. So I got it hooked up. The fuel pump just primed. The relay clicked and everything. I didn't even hear the fuel pump prime yesterday, so y'all hearing this for the first time. But got everything on in here, and this is what I'm talking about. None of this should even be on right now. The key ain't even on. You know what I'm saying? But I'll turn this on. My range indicator's on. Y'all watch this. Boy, hey, listen, baby. We got fire. You know what I'm saying? But that's the issue that I'm having right now is this doggone ignition is jacked up. So I don't know what's up with that. So that's where we at with it right now. Low key, I'm about to see if I can get this filler neck on and get some fuel in here. We might end up hearing this mug fire today. I'm finna see about putting this radiator in and stuff. And I'll tap in with y'all here in a little while. But yeah, I might not even tap in anymore with y'all. This might be a whole nother video. But this is just closing out this right here. I did end up figuring it out, but my problem is I'm not getting my ignition from the truck like it should. So I don't know what's up with that. So yeah, man. Anybody that want to help, y'all make sure y'all like, share, comment, subscribe anyway. But y'all, anybody that want to help, please go down there and help a brother out. You know what I'm saying? So in the meantime, between time, let y'all know what's up. Yes, sir.